Wait a minute. Birds of Prey bombed at the box office? I didn't expect that. So, here we see it. It's gotta be some kind of joke or something. Margot Robbie's Birds of Prey bombs at the box office. Margot Robbie's Birds of Prey film bombed at the box office this weekend. Weekend estimates have arrived with the numbers reporting Birds of Prey is missing even very low-end expectations with an estimated opening weekend of 32.5 million. They say here box office tracking websites significantly lowered their box office estimates after an extremely poor Thursday night preview, which was 4 million by the way. Not only did the film perform extremely poorly at the domestic box office, but it also only brought in 48 million at the international box office for an 81.2 million worldwide take on opening weekend, which doesn't sound like totally horrible. There have been a lot worse, but I suppose for this caliber movie and compared to Suicide Squad and some other recent openings, it's not so good. So then they get into the game blame here, and not the game blame on Bounding the Comics side, but on Box Office Pro's side. Box Office Pro put the blame for the domestic box office's low numbers on the lack of turnout from young females and the usual male-driven fan base of the comic book films. They also cited the lukewarm marketing push and the remaining connections to the divisive Suicide Squad. They also cited a lack of interest in a return to the DC Extended Universe, which their original Suicide Squad was part of. Other factors that they cite were unknown characters and an R rating. So let's go through this real quick. This is why I was laughing. This is supposed to be a feminist movie. It's supposed to be for young girls to see that women are strong, but the people that don't turn up are young girls. They also say the usual male-driven fan base of comic book films doesn't turn up. Well, what they did was they desexualized Harley Quinn and the other women, and, you know, just to be honest, a lot of, like, young males and male-driven fans like to see sexy women, and they like to pay for it. That's historical fact. So they pretty much missed out on their core audience with the main thing they were going for with the movie. So Box Office Mojo stated there just wasn't enough audience, period. Male, female, whatever, just not enough audience. They also believe the R rating might have been a major reason the film struggled to take flight. That's a joke. That's a pun, Birds of Prey, citing that younger viewers rated the film higher. Well, we just went through the reason there wasn't an audience according to them is that the young females didn't go and the males didn't go, so without males and females, yeah, you have no audience basically. Now, they say something I wasn't so savvy to, but nice to read and learn. Birds of Prey disrespected its source material and insulted longtime comic book fans by radically changing the entire premise of Birds of Prey. It added in psychopath Harley Quinn and eliminated founding member of Birds of Prey, Oracle, aka Barbara Gordon. Interesting to know, and I'm one who does not like changes from established characters and established storylines. None of the other characters were even recognizable as their comic book counterparts. Even Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn didn't even look like the iconic character in any of her varied variations. Most of the posters and trailers didn't even have her wearing her iconic black and red color scheme. They also go on to say that the other characters, Black Canary, Cassandra Cain, Black Mask, Victor Visage, Huntress, and Renee Montana, were unrecognizable. Let me think about who else was unrecognizable. How about, Luke Skywalker. That worked out well, didn't it? Who else was unrecognizable? I was going to say John Connor, but they didn't even give him a chance to be unrecognizable. So, my point is, when you have good source material, established source material, and you do something totally different, like, say, make a feminist movie, then it's probably not going to do so good. Not only because you're making it about feminism and this message and this agenda, but because you're changing fundamentals about the characters, both duly damaging to the movie. Now you could say, I don't like this video, I don't like this guy, but what I'm saying, sorry, all facts. The movie's doing terrible, and there's reasons it's doing terrible, and these appear to be the reasons. So here they explain about R ratings, and I want to talk about that a little bit, and I happen to agree. Dropping the R rating because younger audiences gave it a higher rating doesn't actually get butts in seats. Box Office Pro even refutes their own analysis, stating that people aged 25 and under only made up 35% of the audience. The other 65% were 25 and under. Box Office Pro's explanation of a lack of interest in DCU Also seems far-fetched given the recent success of Shazam and Aquaman, both which were tied to the DCEU. So, yeah. And then they go on to say maybe one of the most underrated issues was the film's marketing. Absolutely. Regardless of what the actual product was, the film was marketed by Ian McGregor as a feminist film that tackled misogyny. No one wants to go and spend their hard-earned money on a film that is selling itself as a high school lecture by the principal. Great point. So, when you were a kid, did you see R-rated movies? I did. I can't remember when I was going to the theater to see them, but I kind of remember fudging things, going with my dad, someone's older brother. You get in there. The point is, it's not a big excuse to have such a weak opening. And, let's be real, The Joker is R, and it blew away the box office. Logan is R, that did really well too. Deadpool is R, that did really well too. So, yeah, I'll give them like a little 20% drop, 15% drop, something kind of small, maybe a little chunk off, but it's not like the one big reason it's R. I haven't seen it, so I can't say it sucks. I can't say anything like that. But from what I understand, there's some really mixed reviews out there. I might check it out this week, but the point is, lots of excuses, not so much money at the box office. Let's do a shout out. Alright, here we go. Some shouts at the end of the video. Shout out to Darth Guyver. Thank you very much for the support. C. Lacey, Ink Mage. This guy is not subscribed, so sorry, dude. Alfmar Dotilos, thank you very much. Stephanie B, of course. The Joker, Inya Gaming, Jonathan Garcia, Man of Beard, thank you so much. Adega Outlaw, John K, Hamlet's Tragedy 89, thank you so much. I see you all the time, don't thank you enough. Crozus, thank you, sir. Kevin 6, also been such a good supporter. Zenmaster Me, Yellowbeard James, thank you, James. Always see you here. Pop Culture Minefield, check out Jerry and Keith. Another Gen 42, thank you, Jen. Liv G, Richmond NG, Soul Assassin, Black Hat, Sympholi, and Sporking News Podcast. I've been meaning to give him one. Nice guy, almost on 500 subs. There's the shoutouts. Anyway, if you're not subscribed here, click that subscribe button. I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. Birds of Prey, Star Wars, pop culture, Japan vlogs, you name it. I do it. Just kidding. I do what I'm able to. And I screw up endings of videos because they kind of get rough like this. I don't have like an ending phrase yet, but that's okay. No complaints yet. See you next time.